If you hear me, can you say millions?
Millions.
Thank you. So I'm going to read one poem that was written in correspondence with Genine over summer while I was at Tassajara, one of San Francisco Zen Center's temples near Big Sur. And then I'm going to read one poem of Genine's from Poses. So I'll read Genine's first. A seated pose with pearls, noting the triangles, one formed by her leg raised in a V, another by the beads around her neck and the curve of her arm, another between her breasts, her nose, the raised leg itself, the toes coming through the other leg. What could be the emotional center of this pose? She considers the pearls, fragrance of lost glamour, a glamour she never claimed. One bead, 1 minute. The spheres of her body restate the beads, her knees, her shoulders, each bead of the body containing its whole history. And I just want to say thanks to Genine for being so millions and for being a wonderful friend and a wonderful poet, and thank you for inviting me to celebrate Poses. This one's called News, and it's an excerpt. And to the lightning foot, my foot quick to sympathize, they chained a pine 20 foot long and gave me a shove toward the 1,000 clouds. Upward and Edward and onward, barefoot in God's thin skin over a mountain to meet his love, love's shoe a small fluid skid of scorpions. So homely that it seems in every effort of innocence I have been, for all my faults my joys also retard me, grazing off the souls of evil. And they slap me, I tell them, in many fluent directions, even the polite leaf, for my inmost face of leaves, my inmost face of leaves is like a plane in the empty-handed. What I intend, through the fat poised out tongue and the cutouts of friends, for any can pierce the height I win in walking. To the right I bend a new timber arrow and yearn, inerts, rats, advisory hearts don't follow. Honor of what I have been, even if in one moment only, even if that moment has been flattened by some present overweight nostalgia or some imaginative formation that my flying belonged to then. Now that is yours, for spitting millions on the pageant, the street in which all words are one, as naturally the light glows numbly with millions, but particularly with the footmen at the rainbow. They double what you leave there, for they are actually children, standing one on top the other, axles blowing, a full ground on their lips. A tough skin flies off the stables. The tarmac grins through the spider's thong. Then how should one with no enemies be so afraid? Miles part, she is polite, parting the backfire's hair through the Eidolon hairpiece on tour, to absorb more cud from this upstart burning. He says there is another form of happiness, a ring around some dying head in which his horses run, before I see the grass and lose it, until the overwhelming feast is just a tiny teaching broom. Thanks.